Hey guys, welcome to Shreq Airsoft. Runcam has just put out a brand new scope cam they call the Scope Cam 2, and I have one right here, and let's unbox it and review it together.
It's upside down.
So I actually own quite a few Runcam Scope Cams. These are all the Scope Cam Lite. I had a regular metal body one, but I sold it to buy this. And then what happened was I had an external battery hooked up to the USB here, and something happened and broke off. So it doesn't record. I can't hook it up to the computer and read from the SDC card directly anymore. So what I did was I had to buy a whole mess of batteries and an external charger from Runcam. But the cool thing is I found out a way to protect your USB cable, with the USB receptacle with a different kind of USB cable, and I'll show you that here in just a minute, but that's kind of what it looks like. So let's go ahead and open this box and let's see what's in it. So here is the box that the Runcam 2 came in. You can see the little product label on the side. To give you a good idea, this is what the box for the Scope Cam Lite came in. You can see it's actually, this Runcam 2 box is actually smaller. Maybe that means we're getting a smaller camera. Manual, and oh yes, smaller camera. Nice. Nice. So this is Scope Cam 2. It's got a metal body. The Scope Cam Lite has an ABS plastic body, which I didn't like because I was afraid I was going to break it. But to turn this on, you hold this button down for 3 seconds. To record, you just press it one, it starts flashing to let you know that you're recording. The only problem is in the full sunlight. That is really hard to see, and I know you can see me shading it a lot to see if it's on or not, and sometimes I couldn't tell and I lost a lot of shots. But just one touch to turn it off, and then a long press to completely turn the camera off. With this camera though, there is just one button. So you turn it on and it starts recording. Yes, got a orange light on the top, got another light here on the back next to the USB-C adapter and the SD card socket. Nice. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that this just vibrated in my hand. And the reason I don't like that is because this is going to be sitting on the rail of my gun. I'm just going to reach up and turn it on and take my hand off of it. It doesn't need to buzz. I hope I can turn that off in the settings, and I hope I can turn this top light off in the settings, but I want to see if it buzzes again when I turn it off. Yes, it buzzes again. I don't like that. Metal body all the way throughout, and from what I understand, this is a really thick Gorilla Glass on this. I actually ordered this a couple weeks ago, downloaded the manual, and I know somewhere I read some documentation that said this is like a 2 or 3 millimeter or even a 1 millimeter thick Gorilla Glass that's protecting that lens in there. So I do like that. I love the metal body. Here is the adapter for the picatinney rail. Oh, and it is spring loaded. Nice, which means if this thing comes loose, it's not going to fly off when you have to take cover. Something else I really like is there is a D-ring on the metal screw, so you don't need a screwdriver. You can just use your fingers and tighten and loosen it up as you go. So let me go ahead and charge this up. I'm going to put an SDC card in it, and then I will connect it to my Android pad, and I will show you guys the Runcam app and show you the different features and some of the things you can do with this while it's connected. So I decided to show you something really cool product here for charging this and also using an external battery on the field. But first I found something kind of different with the SDC card. So you open up the door, the SDC card, the label on the SDC card, the contacts actually go toward the top of the camera and the label goes to the bottom. And it is spring loaded, so be careful, because if you're out in the field and your finger slips, this thing is gonna, SDC card is gonna go flying off. You're probably never gonna find it again. Pushes into place and you press and seal this door in. And the door is made the way it is because this whole camera is waterproof, which is outstanding because tomorrow it is supposed to be raining and snowing here in Utah and I have a game I want to go to. But on my original Scope Cam Lite here, this no longer charges the battery and I can no longer hook it up to my computer to see what's on the card. So what I ended up doing for this was can buy an external charger from Runcam, and I had a whole mess of batteries that I'd use out on the field. It still worked as a camera, it still recorded, but I think what happened was I had this plugged into an external battery, and I probably took cover or I got shot and it damaged the USB socket on the inside. So I found a really cool way of protecting this, because this camera has an internal battery. 240 minutes of continuous recording time is what the instructions say, and it takes about 2 hours to charge it. But if you ever damage that USB-C socket there in the back, and you can't recharge the battery, this thing is worthless. So what I found was this little guy right here, and you can see it's a USB-C, and it fits inside the USB socket like so. And here is the other side of the cable. Now this is a magnet, and it just pops into place, and you see the green light comes on to show that it is now charging. But what I like is the fact that you can turn this around and it still keeps power. If it gets knocked off for some reason because it got shot off or you take cover, it just comes right off. It does not damage the receptacle in there. I have a link in the description where you can go to Amazon and you can get one of these things. They are tremendous, and I'm going to use one tomorrow and see how it works. So let's go ahead and let this thing charge up, and then we'll look at the Wi-Fi. Connecting the camera to Wi-Fi on your phone. Now this is Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth. I had a friend purchase a Scope Cam Lite. He almost sent it back because he said he couldn't get it connected to Bluetooth. This is Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth. So to start Wi-Fi on the Scope Cam, you turn it on, let it power up, and this button right here, the front button, that's your Wi-Fi button. Press it and hold it for 3 seconds. It's 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. It'll buzz again and it'll start flashing. Now go into your settings, and you want to go to Wi-Fi. You want to turn Wi-Fi on. Now mine is already connected, but that's the camera right here. That's your camera. Mine should auto connect because I previously connected it. So the password for this camera is 12345678990, and you can see that the Wi-Fi network name is RCSC02_ and then some numbers. But once you connect, this blue light will go steady. And let's go ahead and load up the app. So you have a drop-down box here that you use, and you select your camera type. You can have more than one camera type hooked up to your phone, but make sure for this it's the RC or the Runcam Scope Cam 2. Connect your phone, and it'll connect via Wi-Fi. Back up, and here we go. Now I'm using my phone here instead of my pad because what I realized is right here there's a screen that shows you everything that your camera sees, which is ideal, because a couple weeks ago I slipped and fell. My camera got misaligned. I didn't know it. I lost about 16 hours of recording. So you can hook this up to your, or excuse me, you can mount this on your gun. You can set this up and then make a couple test shots, have somebody look at the screen to make sure that everything is aligned. Looking at the app, you have a whole bunch of settings here on the top of the screen from the camera. You have like white balance, exposure, contrast, that sort of thing. Go ahead and feel free to play with that all you want. The reason is because you can come over here to the settings, click the settings icon, which is that little wheel in the upper right hand corner, and you can click restore factory settings and then confirm, and it'll reset everything back to the beginning, so you can't really mess up your camera. So one of the things I want to do is I want to format my MicroSD card, and it's really quick. It only takes just a couple of seconds. I recommend that you do it. So let's go up here. I do want the auto sync time. I do want that on, so whenever I connect my camera to my phone, the date and time is set to match my phone. Date stamp, I really don't want a date stamp on my videos, but I do want to turn off the front light, which I'm assuming is this top light here. I want to leave the audio on. Loop recording, you want to leave loop recording off. Loop recording is if the microSD card gets full, it'll go through and it'll delete the oldest file and then do a recording over the top of that. I want to capture everything. I don't want anything recorded over. I also, let's see if we can find auto shutdown. I do not want, so I got a 3-minute auto shutdown. I want to turn that off. If I'm in the middle of a prolonged duel with somebody, I want to make sure that I get everything on my scope. And that is basically it for the settings. You can go down here and you can set recording. You can hit this red button on the bottom here, and I am now recording. And you can see the little time going right there showing that I'm recording. You can turn it off. So that's in a nutshell, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe. Check out that link for Amazon to get this magnetic USB so you don't damage your camera anymore. I also have a link down in the description that'll take you to the Runcam store where you can buy one of these if you want. And until next time, guys, I'll be looking for you in my scope. Shreq out.